There we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, 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 hey. We are
What's up, lady? What's up, lady?
live. We are live. Ooh, I got a treat for y'all today on Hits and Heels. Ooh, I got a treat for y'all today on Hits and Heels. Give me 1 second. I'm getting ready to make sure this thing is popping online. I'm getting ready to share it real quick. Yay, we are live with Coach E. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on, Coach. I'm finding you on here.
Okay.
Ebony. I got a couple of Ebony's. Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, I just shared it on our page.
Okay.
Listen, what's up, everybody? So y'all know what it is. It's Wednesday night. It's time for Hits and Heels. I have a special guest tonight because first of all, let me back up. I'm Coach Terry Bryant. Welcome to Hits and Heels. The reason why I created this podcast, Hits and Heels, is because number one, because I'm a female football coach, obviously,
Right.
right?
Right.
And number two, when I became a football coach, I noticed that there was I can't say no, but I know I'm the only one in the state of Kentucky. The whole state of Kentucky.
The whole state of Kentucky.
That's coaching at a school. There might be some in like Pee Wee or something like that.
Right.
But y'all, there ain't no females coaching on the college level. This one right here. And not only is she coaching on the college level, she is the only coordinator out of 11 schools. How many schools is the coach?
165 in the D2 on the D2 level.
So she's coaching D2 at Livingstone.
Livingstone is a rival. Lincoln is a rival, girl.
Lincoln is y'all's rival, right? Okay, so
Livingstone, Blue Bears, baby, Blue Bears.
Livingstone, and it's an HBCU.
Absolutely.
I love it.
The home of Black college football. The very first ever Black college football game was played on the campus of Livingstone.
Let's go. Let's go, Black History. Getting ready to come up. I love it. I love it. I just love it. A shout out to all the HBCUs. Let's go. So we're going to get this party started, Coach. All
right.
Give us the background. Get us started. You sent me your bio, but I don't want to read it. I want you to tell us.
That was the condensed version too. So I kind of just,
so go ahead.
I've been doing it so long. I kind of try to just put it together. So, played sports all through life. Never had, high school and all of that. Never had a chance to really play football. In 1998, met some people and by chance, and they had a team in Greensboro, North Carolina, which is about an hour from me in Charlotte. And that was the Carolina Cougars. I started playing for that team, played there for some years. When that team ended, I told myself, hey, I probably can do this in Charlotte, and started this team, Carolina Queens, in 2004. And here, we're still here. In the meantime, since then, I was playing and coaching, own team, a lot of hats. Then I started men's semi-pro football. I coach men's pro arena football. Currently I'm at Livingstone. But before this, I did 3 years as the head coach for a men's junior college program here in Charlotte as well. So I'm all over the place with football.
I love it. And shout out to whoever the head coach is that gave you the opportunity to even.
Sean Gilbert. Sean Gilbert gave me my chance here. He's a former NFL player, and he gave me my chance at Livingstone.
I love it. And at the junior college, was he at the junior college too?
No. He was someone else for the junior college.
Okay, good. So where did you get your love for the game of football come from?
Growing up, my older brother played football, and I just loved watching him. And then I would play, go with him. He's like 5 or 6 years older than me, but I would go and play with him and his friends would always tell me, well, it was basketball, or whatever, we're not going to treat you like a girl. So they treated me like I was one of the guys. You either going to play like this or you're going to go sit down somewhere. So that's where my love came from. It wasn't, either of my parents, neither one of them played sports. So it really was my older brother.
Okay. So I think that was a thing for me. I hated the fact that I just never had the opportunity to play.
Right.
for me. So
Absolutely.
okay, we're gonna back up because you said something that I definitely want to hit on. You
Okay.
are also the owner
Yes.
of a women's tackle football team. Talk about
Yes.
that.
Like I said, started the Carolina Queens in 2004. I have been the only owner since then. So I've done this completely by myself all this time, and it's tough. Um, Man, people just don't understand. It's so hard to get anything done for something that's not a household thing. Um, Budgets and all of that stuff because we are nationwide leagues. We aren't just leagues that play in the same city or same state. We're always belong to nationwide leagues. So travel budgets and all of that. You got to imagine how much it costs to travel whole football teams and all of that. And I've never been one to want to put the burden and the cost on the players because that's why I do what I do. I do what I do to give women a chance to play this game that they want to play. So I go out of my way to cover as much as I can without having them have to pay. Any dues they pay is usually just towards uniforms or helmet show that things, everything that they pay towards, they get to keep is theirs. It's nothing like, oh,
Yes.
we just, some teams have to rely on that. And I go out of my way to make sure I don't do that. So,
So
but yeah,
2004.
it's you know,
Ooh, 20
tough
years.
deal. Yeah, man. Yeah. That might be changing soon. I might, um, have other people coming in as owners. I think it would be a good thing for the team because, like I said earlier, I have so much on my plate right now. It's hard, and I never want the Queens are my baby, and I never want the team to suffer because I can't be there as much as I used to be able to be there. So, bringing in another owner or so would alleviate a lot of that for me.
Okay. Okay. So of course, everybody, I'm also, we're not in the same league though, right? We're different leagues.
No, no, you're in different leagues. Yeah, we're in different leagues
Yeah.
right
So
now.
we're in different leagues. So I coach for the in the WF8 with the Derby City Dynamite, and my owner is also a black owned female. Um, and I think that's one of the things that I think I definitely wanted to highlight on this is that I
Hmm.
know two black female owned football teams. And
Hmm.
that doesn't get talked about at all either.
It doesn't. And there are quite a few more, that just do not get the attention that it deserves. Like these women come out, these women work so much harder than, let's just say, on an NFL level or whatever. Like that's their job. That's what they go to work for and get paid for. So that's what they get to do. But on our level, you have to be able to maintain another job, or your regular job, your household, your kids, and still play this same sport
You
and
still
put as
play.
much into it as anybody else. So it's a
Yeah.
lot.
The level of commitment is definitely a sacrifice. I know we were
Absolutely.
just talking about, I think we got practices on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Yep.
And I don't think we've ever had a practice where everybody can show up because everybody's
It,
always got something going on. And so then what
everybody's work schedule and all of that.
everybody's work schedules, or you just, you know, you just got other and it's hard to ask people to not put their family as their priority, especially
Absolutely.
as a mom. That's just something that's just very, very difficult to do. But we kind of do ask them to do that because we still want to
Right.
win and we still need to be prepared and for the season. So how do you all prepare? Or how do
I
you get
try to.
around that dynamic of it?
So as an owner, you learn your players and you know who's. Sometimes you have people who just try to skate by a little bit, but you have people who you really know. Hey, this is what it is. I work this, and this, so I can come this. Send me what y'all are doing and I'll do it on my own and make up for it. And that's what we're going to. Actually, right now, I even have a poll going on in my team chat that's saying, hey, you know what, for the next 2 months, let's go with the days that work the best for the majority. I'm that person, that owner.
Yes,
I don't want to just make the decision for everybody because I'm not in your household. I don't know everybody's schedule like that. So let's go with what works the best for the majority. And that's what we're doing right now is a poll for what days we want to practice for the next 2 months.
yeah. So we got 2 months. Everybody's 2 months out. So
Yeah.
y'all schedule runs the same as ours in the
Yeah.
WFA. Okay, good stuff. So 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 how are you navigating coaching college? Because aren't you having to recruit?
Oh man, we are heavy in recruitment right now, girl. Right now, I watch so much film every day. My Twitter, excuse me, my ex, whatever is still Twitter. Um, it's slammed every day, but that's a good thing because that just means that
Yes,
you have student athletes out there that want to come where you are. But
yes.
yeah, we're in the middle of that right now, man, and it's good. It's a good thing right now. It's great.
So do you all get to navigate through the transfer? You get any? Do you guys, or are you getting them straight out of high school?
Both, both.
Both.
Yep.
Okay.
Transfer portal, um, JUCO players, players coming out of high school, everything, all of that.
So are the majority of your players local or statewide, or do you guys actually do go nationwide for players?
Nationwide. So I literally just I also work with a company called Recruit Nation, Dream Nation. They do football camps, football All American games, and so a couple of weeks ago, I was the head coach for the All American game in LA at SoFi Stadium, which is where the Rams play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I coached the senior game, which is the guy who's the CEO. He always puts me with the senior game so I can recruit. And I probably have about 5 or 6 that I'm recruiting from that game. And then a couple of weeks ago, we were in Dallas. I was head coach for a game at Cowboy Stadium. Same thing, All American game. And we were recruiting about the same from that game. So yeah, we have players
All
coming from
over
all
the
over the place,
place.
all over the place.
So you've done a so how did you get hooked up with being able to coach those all-star games? You just got around the right people, or people were able to just find you?
So Recruit Nation does combine camps
Combines.
all over the nation throughout the year.
Mhm.
And then one year, maybe 5 years ago or so, they were doing one in Charlotte, and someone gave the Coach Travis, my information, and it was like, hey, you should get her to coach. And then I coached at that one camp, and then I've been
It's been a
involved
wrap
ever
ever
since.
since.
Yep, been involved ever since.
I love it, and I love that they've just kept bringing you on every year because again, they don't have to do that. So obviously,
Right,
that's a testament to
absolutely.
you and your skill set that you're doing something better than what the other guys are doing, unless they also well, that's it. That's just it. You're just doing better than what the other ones are doing, and so you bring something to the table that the other coaches aren't bringing to the table for them to want to bring you back every year. Oh my
Right.
God, that is
Yeah.
exciting! I'm so proud
And
of
then
you.
like the game in Dallas was it's now become a thing every year. At that game, the other coach on the other team is Joe Horn, the receiver used to play
Okay.
for the Saints. So we battle against each other, and so this year, a friend of mine that I went to college with actually used to play for the Cowboys for 11 years, Greg Ellis. I
Mhm.
had him on my coaching staff, so I told Joe, yeah, I had to bring in somebody to come against you because we be battling, and Joe always talking trash. So
Yeah. But
it's a battle all the time.
that's fun. That's fun. I think this past season, I think we were coaching the playoffs, and we were in the line, and two of the coaches came up to me and was like, "Oh, you should be coaching." I was like, dude, you ain't hear me coaching? He's like, "We can hear you." I didn't realize you're a coach. I said, "What, you thought I was a team
Girl,
mom?" Girl, y'all want to go
girl,
sit down somewhere.
girl, girl,
You heard me over here
girl,
coaching.
girl.
You
Ooh,
heard me
girl.
over here coaching. Yeah, so it's
Ooh,
crazy.
girl.
So
Ooh,
what
girl.
are the so let's go there. What
Ooh, girl.
Go ahead and talk about it. Just the foolishness that you have to go through of
Please
being a female
excuse my
coach.
language real quick. You know what? I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna hold that language in. I'm gonna hold that language in. But it's some people that get on my effing nerves.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
And
I
I
bet.
say that because here's my thing. When you see a person a part of an organization, a part of a team or whatever, why assume what their job is or what their role is? I can understand people being hesitant to think, oh, she might not be the head coach or whatever.
Right.
And it might not be a million of us around, but it's not unheard of anymore. So why not just ask a person, hey, what do you do with the organization? Instead,
Oh, you the
oh,
team
you
mom.
the team mom, you admin, you the trainer. And there's nothing wrong with saying, with any of that.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that that's the only things that I can do. Now, I happen to be an athletic trainer too, but that's a whole nother story.
Right.
But those aren't the only jobs that I can do. So why put me in that box? When I just did that game in LA,
Mm-hmm.
I had on a shirt. It has Livingstone College on the front and on the back. It
Mm-hmm.
also has Coach E on the shirt. One of the parents said, now mind you, now this is the parent who also knew I was the head coach for his son's team, right? But still looked me in my face and said, oh, that shirt you have on, is that the Pop Warner team you coach for?
And don't you just want to hit them right in the throat?
The other day we had some recruits, and one of the parents, one of the moms, she looked at me and she was like, oh, are you like the team trainer or something?
No, ma'am.
When I used to coach on my JUCO team, the crazy thing is the last year with my JUCO team, I didn't do it on, like, it wasn't intentional, but it just ended up happening. My entire staff were all Caucasian men, and then me.
And then you. Wow. Even
And
worse.
so,
Even
right.
worse.
So on game days, the refs always come and they'll always come to coach to be like, hey, I'm looking for the head coach, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me and my coaches are dressed the same from head to toe, from the hat to the shoes. We are dressed exactly alike, right? All of our stuff came in together. We have on the exact same thing. These refs would look at me and walk past me to go to these guys. Like, even if you didn't think I was the head coach, you knew I was a part of it. Like, you could even ask me who the head coach
who
is.
the head coach was. Yes.
And so my coaches would, they got to the point where they wouldn't even say anything anymore. They would just turn their head and just point at me. And then the rest would be like, oh, it's you. Yeah, it's me. And so a lot of times by the end of the game, they'll come and say, oh, coach, you really know your shit. Yeah,
I get that.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
But it's supposed to be a compliment. Yeah. Like, you actually know what you're talking about.
Right. So at Livingstone, one game, I am on, it's game day, and I'm on the field. Again, I have on a shirt that says Coach E, right? And maybe I need to start putting football coach on my shirts as well,
Right.
so take the guesswork away. And an official, a ref was walking past me, and he looks at me, he's talking to me, he was like, oh, coach. He was like, oh, you coach basketball here? Well, why am I on the football field on game day?
Right.
What? Why not just say, what do you coach? That's my thing. Why not just ask, what do you coach, instead of putting me in the box? It is the most aggravating. It's the most, and I tell them all the time, I don't see you asking any of these guys.
You don't ask none
what
of the
they
guys.
do. You don't ask them, because
no.
People can say whatever they want to say, but there are plenty of men who happen to coach who should not coach because they don't know what they're talking about
at all.
At all. There's plenty of men that shouldn't coach, but it's easily accepted. Oh, there's a dude in his football, then he know what he's doing.
Benefit of the doubt because they're men. Yeah.
Benefit of the doubt because they're men. And it drives me absolutely insane. One of the JUCO guys, when I first got the job, told me, we had a head coaches meeting, and he told me, I don't mean no disrespect, but I'm not gonna get beat by no female in football. You know what I told my team? I went back to my team.
Don't take this ass whooping personal.
I went back to my team and I told my team, let me tell y'all something. I don't give a damn if we win any other game this season.
Yeah,
we better win that one. And then it was the first game of the season, and it was my very first game. I had just got the job, and it was my very first game. So they came in. He had a bigger team than me because I was still building my team, and they had played the year before, so they thought they would come in suited and booted like they was just getting ready to. Nope. Spank that ass. The man would not even shake my hand at the end of the
Of course
game. Do you
he
hear
did.
me?
Yeah, of course. I know
The
he did.
man would not. The man turned his back on me when I went to shake his hand. The man turned his back on me and walked off.
Wow. Petty. Petty. Yeah,
Petty.
sometimes they act worse than women when it comes to addressing us. And
Yeah.
just giving us our props. And I'm gonna totally be honest. The only reason why I don't get the level of disrespect that I get to is because my husband is a head coach.
Gotcha.
And he's not getting ready to play about me. And everybody
Exactly.
knows he don't play about me.
Yeah, I guess I'm sure if he
That's the
was
only
not, man,
reason
it
why I
would be
don't get it.
different.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I would.
And then I'm sure that some people probably, oh, he just put her on just
He just
because
put it
she's
on
his
there
wife.
just because.
Not
Yes,
on your own merit, not that you know what
yes,
you're doing or know what you're talking about. And that's what
absolutely.
kills me. So I,
And we get that a
a lot
lot.
of
Yes,
times I just tell people, well, test your knowledge with mine. Let's do that. Test your
yeah,
knowledge against mine. Let's go.
yeah, yeah. Because we'll be
What are
at
you
a
gonna do?
bar or something, sometime, and we'll just be watching the game, and somebody will say something stupid, and I'll be like,
What? Right.
"What?"
What?
Yeah. And then we'll
What?
get to debate, and then I'll be like, you right, you go be right. But they have to test me and argue with me to make sure that I'm proven
Right.
wrong.
But you don't do it to these guys.
But you don't do
You
the
don't
guys
do
like
it.
that. Yeah,
And
you
what
don't
I
do
tell them a lot of times is, I don't boast a lot about what I've done and what I've accomplished and everything that I've done because it's unnecessary. Like it is what it is. I don't care if you know or not or whatever. But what I think people to understand is okay. Like for me, for instance, having been playing tackle ball as long as I have since '98, um, I literally have played every position on the field, including kicker one year, and I ain't no kicker. Okay.
right,
Um, I've coached every position on the field. There are not many coaches that can say that.
right.
There's not many coaches that can say they literally have played every
Played
position
every
on the field and
and
they
coach.
have coached every position on the field. And I can't. You
Hmm.
know, a lot of it comes from in women's football, you kind of adapt to it because you got to coach where it's necessary for you to coach, or as an owner you got to play where it's necessary wherever you're short. So a lot of it did come from that.
Right.
Even still, I do have that experience, is what I'm saying, and there's not many coaches that can say that. So
Definitely not a whole lot of coaches that can say that.
right.
Right. You know, and especially for women. So I didn't get the opportunity to play. Right. And so that's the first thing that they throw up in my face is like, well, how are you gonna coach it? You didn't even play, you know.
There are plenty of men that coach that haven't played.
I, Thank you. But you don't say nothing
Plenty.
to them,
Right.
you know. And so then when I do, so when I do talk about those females that can coach, um, don't y'all come for me and my girls about what we can do. I mean,
Right.
we do everything better than everybody anyway. Yeah, it's just what we do. Okay, so so walk me through the recruiting process though, on both ends with the women and your recruiting process with the college, because they're both that's probably the hard. Are those the hardest things to do on both ends? Is it the recruiting,
It's
or is it something?
recruiting on the women's team is probably the hardest. On the men's side, uh, it's more so of making the choices of who you're going to recruit. Um, on the women's side, it's getting enough of the word out that we exist and getting enough interest. That was what I worried when I initially started a team like that. You know, Charlotte had never had a team. I have the only women's tackle team that's ever been in Charlotte. So,
Okay.
You know, that was a task in and of itself, was getting it out enough, because again, you got to remember there's no real money in women's football like that to have an advertising budget,
Right.
to get out. So you
Absolutely.
got to get it. Hey, you got to put
You
the grind
definitely
in.
got to
You
use
got to.
word of mouth. Yes.
And again, it was just me in the beginning. It was just me. There wasn't anyone else when I first started the team. So I literally had to do it by myself. Um, got it
So did
together,
you do
whatever.
all the coaching, or were you able
Well,
to start?
I brought in other coaches. Yeah, I
Okay.
brought in other coaches because I still was
You still
trying to
playing?
play more than coach at the time. So I brought in a whole coaching
Okay.
staff. But, I had to get that together. I had to bring in, get enough interest for a coaching staff, get enough interest for players and stuff. So, yeah, it's not easy. Even still, like, that
It's
on
not
me,
easy.
my budget, most of the budget I put to the side for the team goes to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So there's it's just not a lot. It's not like we have money coming from everywhere. We can do all this radio or TV ads or all of that stuff like that. It takes a lot of times. It takes money. So you gotta burn social media up with it. A lot of it is word of mouth. Social media is probably the way that I get it
Absolutely.
out the
Yes.
most. So
That you can do it without having to spend a whole lot of money.
right, absolutely,
Yeah, without having to spend a whole lot of money. It's definitely, and then
absolutely.
you definitely have to have the cooperation of everybody buying in,
Hmm.
as far as just putting the word out as well too. Because I know we have some fundraising events that's coming up, and then I just don't see the level of sharing it on a regular basis. Well, I guess I'm not on social media like that. I just be on and off, but I just don't see it as much as I probably feel like I should, but I'm probably just
Right.
missing it. I'm not on it like that. I'm not on it like that. So what is the next level for you?
Well, um, hey,
Is there a
it's either
goal?
gonna be eventually. I'd like to coach in the NFL. Absolutely.
Okay. So have
Um,
you applied for the what is like the minority thing or
yeah, no, like people keep asking me, keep pushing me to do it, and I haven't done it yet.
gotcha?
Um, because again, I just already be having so much on my plate here, and I'd be like, eventually, eventually, absolutely. I probably I wouldn't be opposed to going D1 first. Um, but if it comes about and hey, you have this opportunity to go top level, then
I,
yeah,
I don't.
definitely.
There's not one D1 female coach, is it?
So Callie is not anymore, and because Callie Bronson used to be,
It was at
and
Delaware, right? Was she at
she's with
Delaware or somebody else at Delaware?
she was at Brown, I believe.
Right. Yeah. One of the
Yeah,
Ivy schools.
yeah, and then I want to say,
I don't
uh, I never know the answer to these questions.
because I'm always researching
Okay,
and looking, and it's just I don't know if they're just omitting that information and they're not just putting out like a list, but
right.
like for instance, I was just looking for a list of just Black female coaches, period. And there's not a list.
Yeah,
And there's not a
right,
list.
right. So when I became the head coach for the JUCO team, um, I had someone come to me and say, "Hey, that you're the first, even though it's JUCO, it's still collegiate level. You're the first female head coach on the collegiate level." Like, no.
Okay, so you were the first female head coach on the collegiate level.
Hmm.
Girl, that's huge. And so why
Yeah,
isn't there like your name should be plastered everywhere?
because
That
they
doesn't
don't care.
that doesn't even show up in on Google.
Because they don't care. They
Yeah.
don't care. They don't care. Now, if you Google my name now, Division 2 football does come up, um,
Okay.
and then it'll show some other stuff. If you
But it
Google my
doesn't show
name
up
or
that you
or
but it
Wikipedia or
doesn't say that
something,
you were the first. So you might have to
no.
just go in and put in your and create your own Wikipedia and put you
It,
out.
it, yeah, and so like if you even if you put it in Wikipedia, Queens come up, Division II comes up, but
it doesn't come up that you were the first first collegiate head college coach.
Correct.
Period.
Correct.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you.
And you look at you, and I'm so honored that you're here on my podcast, that you took the time out to be on my podcast, and you're legendary like this.
Oh man, no, don't do that. No, I'm
legendary.
No.
So now I gotta go back. Now I gotta go back and fix everything. That not only are you the only one holding a coordinator position, but you were the first collegiate head female coach. Period.
That's what they said, and I was like, really? Like, is nobody else? And they was like, we researched it, and we haven't found anyone else. We haven't found anyone else. So, I didn't do too bad, especially my last season.
How long were you at the JUCO?
3 years. Okay. And the last season, at the last minute, I ended up being the head coach and the defensive coordinator. And we went undefeated that year, won the conference championship, and I only gave up 6 points the whole season.
Get out of here.
And I'm still mad about them 6 points.
And I know you're still mad about them 6 points.
I'm still mad about those 6 points. I was hot like fire.
Oh, I bet. But I'm a sports nut.
Yes.
Nut, right?
Yes.
But I'm also a historian. Like, I love getting that type of information, as far as, like, when Jennifer King became, was a head, was the first female Black coach. All that type of information, I absolutely love.
And so, she and I pissed. Yeah, she and I are friends.
That you were the first. Oh yeah, I'm mad about that.
Yeah, Jed and I, well, Jennifer, sorry, all of us that play football, her nickname was Jet. Well, her nickname was Jet. That's what we called her. But we go back years of playing against each other forever. Right. Like, or might play on the same all-star team or something like that. So I just love seeing other women in those positions. When I was still in my women's team, when we were still IWFL, I hosted championship weekend here in Charlotte one year, and I used an entire female officiating staff for the weekend. So I'm all for it.
And that's my goal. My goal is I would love to be a head female football coach for all women's team. I want to be able to go to a national championship, or even it doesn't have to be a national championship. I want to play in a game where the whole officiating crew is all female. And
it was wonderful. I'm gonna send you a picture.
Female.
That weekend. That's exactly what I did that weekend. The entire staff for the weekend was female, and the entire officiating crew was female. I'm gonna send you a picture that I took of all of them. It was great.
Oh,
it was wonderful,
and I bet it did not get enough press
at all. No, it did not.
I mean, that's what even with DCD with them, they're the only team in the whole state of Kentucky, only women's team in the whole state of Kentucky. The only pro team, because we don't have any pro teams here. The only pro team that has won the state of Kentucky a national championship, and they get no props. No props.
Nope.
Yeah. No, nothing.
And then the other thing that I hate when it comes up and you say you play tackle football. Oh, you play? No, I don't play no damn lingerie football.
No, it's not no lingerie.
Excuse me, no offense to them or whatever. Right. But no, I play the sport to play the sport. I don't play the sport to show my boobies and my head.
Full pad.
That's not what I do. That's not what the sport is about. That's not what I do. And then I tell guys, I said they do that because it interests you guys. It's two things that you love: women's physiques and football. But
Yes.
y'all ain't out there in speedos playing football for us.
At all.
No. And they be like, well, those girls, they be playing and they be hitting. I said, and I'm not
But
taking
they
anything
should.
away from those ladies because
Yeah,
they're athletes as
absolutely.
well. What I
But that's
will
not what
say
we
is when that first started, those women were not selected off of their talent. When lingerie football first started, one man owned the entire league, and he just had people running each team. Those girls, even though they were on TV and all of that, they were not getting paid. You got on, you might as well be playing rugby because you got on a plastic face mask, your shoulder pads sit above your breast. You have on a thong, basically.
basically.
You know, you have on a thong, and the one of the issues I really have with it is I went to a game. I said, well, you know what, I'm gonna go check it out just to see.
Okay.
And running back was running the ball, linebacker popped out, wrapped her up, slid down. Her thong went with the linebacker, and the running back lands on the ground. Her legs fly open, and your whole hoo ha is out. It's kids in this audience.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I just sat there like you can't be serious right now.
Right.
Um,
Wow.
and
Wow.
the part of it that really gets me about it is because again, men when they watch those women play, that's what they're really just looking at their bodies. They're still not looking at them to appreciate them playing the sport.
Yeah.
That's what gets me.
And their skill set. And the skill
Their
set.
skill set and them actually sitting and actually playing the sport. When I'm out there, don't look at me like a baller. Look at me as
Yeah.
a football player. That's it. That's all I am when I'm on the field.
I think that's what I
That's
told. That's what I tell people too. I was like, there's no difference. I said sometimes you could tell the difference if if they got maybe some hips and a little bit bigger butt that they're women. I said, but we hit just as hard, and the plays that we make are just
yes, Lord.
we
Yes,
make the
Lord.
same
Yes,
plays.
Lord.
It looks you can't tell the difference. I said it is just as
I tell them in a
entertaining.
minute. You do not understand how much it excites me to hit somebody. It excites me to put my hands on somebody. I am super aggressive and I love it. You what? You want to line it up? My JUCO players, my players over at Livingstone. So I'll have my football gloves in my pocket because again, I play football, but I don't like to sweat. I don't like other people sweat, right?
Okay.
So if I'm instructing them something, I'm trying to teach them how to do something. I put my gloves on. I put my gloves on. They be like, "Oh no, coach, no. Why you gotta be so strong?" Because like I need this. I need to put my hands on somebody. I tell parents the other day when we had the recruiting thing, I told the parents, I said, "Listen, I'm just telling y'all now. I put my hands on your kids, so if they call you and tell you, coach, you put their hands on it, they telling y'all the truth." They was all like, "Go ahead, coach. They need it. Go ahead, coach." I said, "I was just letting you know ahead of time that I put my hands on the kids." So
That is hilarious. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I'm just telling you. Though, so if they come to you and tell you, Coach E, hey man, Coach E did. She did.
Yeah,
She put her
because
hands on.
even when we're on our practice, I feel like I'm the more heavy. Um, we were we were doing something. We were in the gym because it was raining or something. I think we went inside, and
Uh-huh.
so my husband's he's a jokester, so he always has some smart comment. And he made a comment. He said, I had said something. He was like, I don't know why she think I'm getting ready to do what she tell me to do. He's like, I ain't scared of her. And one of the other
Because
players was
he
like, I am. And he fell out. He fell out
So
laughing. I
why?
was
So
like,
why
I
didn't you?
am.
Why didn't you at least try to play 1 year?
Why didn't I try to play
Yeah,
1 year? Number one
yeah.
and two, oh, and number two, because
Go in, come in.
both of my ACLs, because they took the hardware out of my left ACL in 2005, and they told me to stop participating
Okay,
in
I'll
basketball.
accept that part, but the too
But
old part, no,
that's the
because
only
girl, let me
reason
tell
why.
you,
I'm not even
let me
gonna
tell
lie. That's
you,
the only reason why. Otherwise, I would
I've
have.
been retiring for the last 5 years. Come come April, we're gonna see if I can stay my butt off the field because I'm supposed to be retired. So we also been playing eight women's contact flag. That's how I've been able to
The
put my hands
contact
on
flag.
somebody.
That's how you keep your hands on.
Put my
Yeah.
hands on somebody.
One of my players went to Atlanta, and she played contact flag, and I was like, contact flag. I was like,
Yes,
what?
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love it. I'm gonna have to see some pictures too, because woo, love it. But one
Contact
time,
flag.
and over the years, I've broken so many bones playing football. The crazy thing is, except my fingers, every bone I've ever broken came from me hitting somebody, which is crazy.
Really?
Um, yes. And then one year, a couple of years ago, I was at nationals for flag football in Florida, and I cracked my tibia. And I had made a post about it or something. And my dad, who my dad, he wasn't the biggest fan of me playing football, but he supported me. He's always like he has now since he stopped at IBM, even though he's always done it, but he does, photography, videography. He shoot movies and all kind of stuff now, girl. He think he big time, but he's always filmed our games and all of that stuff.
Right.
And so when he saw the post about me cracking my tibia, he called me and was like, yeah, well, you Louise grandchild, which is my grandmother, but it's
Right.
his mama. I said, yeah, your mama.
Mama.
And you Louise grandchild. You just do it the hell you want to do, but it's time for you to sit down somewhere. I said, but Dad, like I was playing flag. He said, exactly. You weren't even playing full football. You was playing the flag stuff. He don't know nothing about football, girl. He be so funny. As many years as he's been filming the games and stuff, he'll say stuff like, the ones that go out there and catch the ball. I said the receivers, yeah, them. You need some more of them.
That's a
That'd be the funniest thing. I'd be like, really, Dad? Like, but yeah. So I'm trying. I'm gonna try my best to stay on the sidelines and coach. We're gonna see how that work out.
We'll see. I know.
Mhm.
I think Thelma says the same thing every year. I think she's going to retire. And when I'm recruiting, I tell people, I said, my center is 51. My center
Right.
is 51. So don't be giving me no excuses.
I will be 50 in August. Okay.
Still playing.
And when I play both sides of I play O line and D line. I bang every play. I bang every play. My coaches, and I hope one of them watching it. I hope Coach Ron Cartier and I hope Coach Brooks, I hope y'all watching this or you're gonna see it because I'm talking about y'all. Like for real, I would be in the game and I'd be dead tired. I'd be tapping I need a break.
You don't come
When
out.
I tell you they completely turn their backs on me and ignore me, and I used to always tell them, that's all right. I'm gonna just fall on the ground and then I have to come out. But they know my ego wouldn't allow me to do that. And one game I was so tired, girl. I had to ask the ref, "Oh, are we on offense or defense?" 'Cause I just don't remember right now. And because I'm so tired, he said, "I got you." So he blew the whistle and called an official timeout, like he had to get something to do something. Whatever.
Get yourself together. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something.
That's what I do. I don't like even at our games. I don't fool. I'm always talking to the refs. When they see me, they know me. They get excited now because now they're getting to know me here. And so now
exactly.
I'm going out. Hey, do y'all need some water?
Man, listen, what you talking about, girl? I tell my coaches.
Oh, let me talk
to the ref. Let me talk to the ref. I'm like, hey, ref, how you doing?
Let me talk to the ref.
How you doing? You need some water? You good? You need something to drink? Let me talk to the rest. Y'all all that yelling and screaming, that ain't going.
Yes.
Let me talk to the rest. It'd be hilarious. But and in the games, like I don't even come out on punt because by the time I come out for punt, I gotta run my tired ass back on the field. So usually on punt, I just grab somebody and be like, "Hey man, we just gonna stand here. We ain't even going nowhere. We just gonna stand here on this punt. We be tired, and they be ignoring me. I'm telling you though, Ron Cartier is absolute worst for ignoring.
Best friend Nikki McCrae said, "Hey, best friend.
Hey, boo. Hey, sugar.
You got a
That's
couple
like best friend.
gave you a shout out. Michael Daniels gave you a shout out.
Oh, what up, Mike? What up, Ice Mike?
You said Ice Mike.
Yeah, me and Nikki go back to high school.
Do you know Coach Pat from DC
Which
Divas?
I'm not sure.
Coach Pat?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's on here. I had her on a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really? Really good deal.
Again, because she's one of the very few coaches, female coaches.
Yeah.
Like I said, but she's with the DC Divas coaching, and she's coaching JV on high school, right?
Right. And you know, the Divas are,
you're the only one doing college. Just you're the only one doing college. You're the only one of us holding us down on college, on the college level.
Man, I be trying my best. I'm telling you though, they be almost getting to me. They be team manager. The what? No. It's rough, man. Some days I'm telling you, I have to talk to myself.
I know they hated when you was the HNIC though. I already know they knew it. They hated that.
Oh, what you talking about, girl? What are you talking about?
I am mad. I did not know.
Last season, I was coaching on a men's pro arena team, the United Firepower. I was with Charlotte Thunder, and then I was with United Firepower. So our last game of the season last year in our playoff game, I was the whole season I was the co-defensive coordinator, but for this playoff game, I was by myself, so I was just the DC. Now in arena ball, the OC and the DC stand on the opposite side of the field. So they're on the field. You know who the OC and the DC is because they're on the opposite side of the field, standing on the field while the game is going on. So I go out on the field with my defense out there, and where I was standing was like right in front of the other team's bench. So one of their players was like, "Oh shit, they got their auntie coaching defense." Oh. I walked over to their place. I said, "Which one of you motherfuckers said it?" He was like, "I said it." I said, "Shut your ass up." I said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "I got stuff for you. Don't even worry about it." Now, mind you, on paper, they were a better team than us. They were a higher level team or whatever the case may be. They had way more players than we had that day. I think they had like 30 players. We had like 16, They just thought, again,
underestimated you.
First couple series, I watch what you're doing on offense. You ended up scoring, then I adjusted. And you didn't score anything else the rest of the entire game, and we smacked that ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Keep on talking. So after the game, that same player was like, "Hey, coach." Oh, now I'm coach. I ain't auntie no more. I'm just coach now, right? I'm just coach. I ain't auntie. "Hey, coach, you know what I'm saying? Y'all bring y'all signing players." No, and walked off.
No, we not.
But he said it so loud. "Oh, they got their auntie coaching defense." I said, "I'm about to go over here and choke this man."
But that is hilarious. But that's what we go through. I mean, that's what we go through. But you're right. I think the reason why a lot of people here feel like the only reason why I have a coaching position is because my husband is the head coach, and that I gave that, and even still, when I got on with Thelma with DCD, he made a post. He said, "Yep, y'all thought this was a gimmick." He said, "But now she's coaching on this level."
Right.
And it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
So
absolutely.
He said, but
even for you, what are your aspirations? What do you want to do next?
Coach Pat asked, "Do you believe that portal will impact your talent options?" I'm gonna answer your I'm gonna answer your question. So I want to stay with the female. I want to eventually be a head coach on a female team.
Okay.
Right. Because what I want to do is I want to go to a championship, preferably of the D1. One day somebody's going to knock Boston off. I'm hoping it's going to be us. And 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 I want to be and I want an all female staff, and I want to coach in the game with all female officials, and preferably the team I'm playing against will also have, majority all female staff.
Right.
I doubt it, but that's the goal. I don't want to play. It's just too much. I don't want to do college. I don't want to do. I don't even want to do high school. I don't even want to do high school. I love the middle school level. Yeah, I don't even want to do high school. I don't want to do high school or college or the
Do
pro.
you know Coach Soho? She's was head coach for the Mambas this past season. She's coached with the Austin Yellow Jackets all over the place. But she's currently the head coach for a men's semi-pro team in Virginia. And the year before, she was their defensive coordinator. And so what happened was they went to a championship game. And so she called me, and she called a couple of other female coaches, owners, and was like, look, let's do something that's never been done in men's semi-pro before. And she put together an all-female staff, defensive staff for their championship game. And the crazy thing is, there's different levels in men's semi-pro, just like with women's, a D1, D2, D3 in college ball or whatever. There's different levels. And her team was on a mid-level at the time, the Virginia Crew, the Crusaders. But when it came championship time, they got moved up to the top level for the championship game. How that happened, I don't know, but it wasn't like we were going to back down or something. But the crazy thing is, the team that we played against was a great team. They always win in and this and the third. The super crazy part about it was half of the players on the other team were players that have played on the men's semi-pro team that I coach with. So they was like, oh, you a traitor? Oh, you over there? Oh, you. I was like, we weren't even supposed to be playing y'all. Like,
yeah.
We weren't even supposed to be.
Why they changed? Did they change it after they found out that she changed the staff?
No, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think the other team that was supposed to play in the big game, I think they stepped out and decided not to play. But how another D1 team wasn't selected instead of a D2 or whatever, I'm not sure how that even happened.
Gotcha.
As it was, good game. Score was pretty close, 2-point difference, I think, till the fourth quarter. And then they scored again, so they were up maybe 10 or something like that. And then, girl, the lights went out and 6 minutes left in the game. Game over.
What?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So you'll have to give me her information, because I definitely want to talk to her. Because I definitely want to. She got to talk about that. She's
one of the ones. Again, in this, there's not a lot of women I would put my stamp on, but like, damn, she a coach. But Soho is definitely, absolutely, without a doubt, one of them.
Okay. Oh, so how do we build a women's coaching network?
Oh,
now, and you know what? I'm telling you, Coach Pap, I was just talking about this, because I'm telling you, I'm like, okay, do I need to do a book? Do I need to do a Wikipedia page? What do I need?
You know what? I think it's much simpler than we're thinking. I think it's much simpler than we're thinking. I think we could simply start with just a social media group where it's only female coaches in the group. Like, it's just that simple. We can start that. Female coaches. I think female coaches at all, because it's not like it's a million of us anyway. So
in all the women's programs is still dominated by men, whether it's basketball, volleyball, all the regular main sports are still dominated by men.
Yeah, but you and I, we could start.
So
Let's just do it. Let's do that. Let's just do that. Let's just start a social media group of female football coaches.
Just football coaches.
No matter what, just football coaches. All right, we could do something else later or whatever, but just female football coaches. No matter what level you're on.
Yeah, because there's not that.
Let's just do it. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just get together and do that. I'm cool with that. Female football coaches. Yeah. Let's just start that group.
Yeah. Coach Pap said let's do it.
All right, cool. And to answer your question about the transfer portal, man, the portal kills everybody. The portal kills everybody except players who are trying to transfer. It makes it extremely hard for high school players, and it makes it extremely hard for anybody that's like a JUCO or something like that, because a lot of coaches will bet more on a player coming from another collegiate program because they've already been in the system, a collegiate system. So yeah, it makes it extremely difficult for everyone except for those that are trying to transfer. But even them, because there's so many that get in the portal, like it could be a situation where a school was trying to get a 3 or a 4-star player and they ended up going to one school, and then they got to that school and now they aren't happy, for whatever reason. And then now this next season they get in the portal. Well, that same school, those other schools that were trying to get that player now have another chance to get that player. So they would take that player over someone else that's coming out of high school sometimes as well.
They were wanting them in the first place, right?
They were wanting them in the first place. So it just depends. I think, schools have to find a balance. Like I told you, for us, we have at Livingstone, we have, transfers coming in, we have high school coming in, we have all that. You just have to find a balance on what's going to work the best for your program. But it definitely is making it more difficult for high school players. It's going to be less high school players that get
the opportunity to.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
So, did the COVID year hurt or help?
That's another thing.
I mean, as a kid in Miami now, he's in year 10, 9.
So
10.
he had 3 or 4 medical years where he wasn't able to physically play. So he got those years back. And then he got a COVID year. All players got a COVID year. That's the other thing. Yeah. Yeah. So in all actuality, a lot of people could do 6 years now instead of the 5. 6 is not unheard of because you have your 4 regular years. If you did your first year as a red shirt, so that's your 5 years, and then you get a 6 years of COVID year. So 6 is not unheard of these days.
Gotcha. Okay. So have you had any females that want to play at that level? Have you had any females that want to play?
I know a few. Whether it's gonna happen is something else. I know a few that would like to try. I know quite a few. It's quite a few young ladies who are playing now on the high school level that are pretty successful. The All-Star game I just did in LA, there's a young lady who comes to those camps all of the time. She's in high school now. She plays DN, but when I tell you, baby girl was balling at this last one, I can't even,
What's her name? I gotta know who she is. Is she on social media? Find her name and send it to me.
I can't remember. I just know her when I see her.
Please.
The issue is being realistic. The physical part.
And I say that too. Like I just tell females all the time. I said, we will never get a female in the NFL. Never. I said, I don't care how good I might have thought. There's no way Michael Parsons or, because I'm a Cowboys fan, none of them Negroes are getting ready to hit me.
I don't care. See, that's the problem. I would line up with them.
You line up with them.
You just gonna have to take me out, baby. I don't care. I don't care. But so to speak frankly and honestly, no, I do not think that most females can compete on a higher level
Right. I
with
agree.
men.
I agree.
It's just not physically possible.
I agree.
The mental part and knowing the game and all of that is one thing, but the physical part is where it is.
Right.
With that being said, there's always exceptions.
Yes.
There's always exceptions to a rule.
Yes.
There are going to be some that can play on the level, with the guys.
Yeah.
Would I play on the level with the guys? Absolutely. I care less about it. There have been times when I've had semi-protein.
We got a girl on our team, Angie played high school ball, and she could probably play on the next level. Yeah, because
I've had there are times when I've had semi-protein come and practice against my women's team. Like,
okay, yeah,
I don't care.
Right.
But again, honestly speaking, no, most women cannot play on a higher level, like collegiate level, NFL level.
I agree.
But again, there are exceptions.
Always an exception to the rule.
Like Jen Welter. Jen played running back.
Yes.
On a men's arena team.
Absolutely.
Like there are exceptions, just not a lot. So hopefully, it'll happen soon. Now, Tony Harris, she did play on the collegiate level.
Collegiate level, yeah. And it was a D2
she played.
It was a D2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was D2.
I believe it was. I remember when she came in, first started playing women's football, she was young, and then, of course she, I think she was the first female that got a collegiate scholarship for football.
Yes.
So again, there are exceptions. Just honestly not a whole lot. There are exceptions.
It's just not going to be a whole lot that's going to be able to come in and
and compete. It's not going to be a lot that can come in and compete. They might get out there and play, but to compete on that level,
the whole totally different is a different ballgame. Because number one, because these coaches are not trying to get fired.
Right.
Right. So they're gonna go and get the dogs, the best ones that they can. And just physically, females just can't compete with that, regardless. No matter what, there's nothing that they can do. Very player, and I used to play with the guys all the time. I used to be the only female on the court, but there's no way that I would be able to play college or NFL ever.
Right.
No matter how good I was, even Brittany Griner or Candace Parker, they're beasts. They can maybe hold their own a little bit, but it's still going to be limited to what they can do if they was to ever have the opportunity to play in the NBA. That's just the nature of it. So yeah. So I do like the idea that there are. I'm gonna have her on. I can't think of her name right now. So there are a couple of colleges now that are getting the flag at the collegiate level.
Oh yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm excited about that because that's at least a step.
That's a step. It's a step.
At least that's a step. Yes.
It's a step.
There's one particular coach out in Kansas. I think she's out in Pratt. And I'm gonna have her on here pretty soon, and we're gonna just talk about it, just how that's working out for her and who she's playing against and that type of stuff. And I think they're getting it on the high school level, like in California.
It's all over the place. It's definitely here in Charlotte. Initially the Panthers assisted with it and all that. It's big now. It's a big thing now.
Yes,
absolutely.
So to have the girls teams on at the high school level.
Yes. Most high schools here in this area have them.
They have it already. Yeah. So we're in Kansas. I mean, we're in Kentucky, so we're always behind. We're always behind the. We're always behind the.
The Panthers are really involved with the Charlotte market.
Y'all are in the city, so so Charlotte and Coach Pap said in DC they have it there as well too. So I'm excited about where it's going, and the number of girls that are looking to play and wanting to play. I know Kentucky State's coach here asked me. He said, I'm thinking about doing a girls flag camp. Would anybody show up? I said, I don't know. You just got to put it out there and then
if he puts it, if he does
And
it
I said,
right,
if you
yes, it's
do,
so huge. Like
yeah.
like we'll probably do one on Livingstone's campus. That
Mhm.
we like I
It's
said,
a good
head coach
fundraiser.
Sean Gilbert. Yeah, we I think so. I want to do it. Any way to promote and support women in sports, I'm for it.
Oh,
No
absolutely.
matter what, no matter
Yeah,
what sport
that's
it
what I
is,
told the
whatever.
Kentucky
I
Swift
want to
girls. I
support
said,
women in sports.
I'll bring my girls from my team to come and do all the drills and run it. I said, so
Right,
they can see female. I don't want them seeing guys coaching them. I want
right,
them to be coached by females as well. So
right,
that they can see that there is another level.
right.
So that we can grow that. So yesterday I was at work and I met Magic Johnson.
Oh, girl, go ahead.
And so, and I told him, I said, I'm a football coach, right? I said, I'm the only one. He said, get out of here, gave me a high five. I said, I need you on my podcast. I said, I need you on my podcast. He said, he did my face like that. He said, go talk to my assistant. So I emailed her. I did. I emailed her. And one of the things that I said, what I want to talk about, I said, he's an owner. I said, I want to talk to him about how we can grow the women's tackle football brand, because he
Right.
loves, because even one of the questions that somebody asked him yesterday was, who's your favorite player right now? He's like, I really don't know who my favorite player. He said, I just got through watching the girls. He said, I've been watching more girls games than
Right.
than I have boys games. He said, because I've been
Right.
watching, LSU and South Carolina and
Man,
Iowa.
that was a game the other day now.
Yeah. So he, and so because of the notoriety of those games and they're getting more press, I think it's just a matter of time on how we and that's what I love also about your idea about the women's the group of the female coaches.
Yeah.
Because that's a big topic that we can have, and that about how do we grow our fan base so that people
Right.
can be more, just as exciting and intrigued about watching women's tackle football as they do anything else. So, yeah. So we're going to wrap this up, girl. Thank you. I'm so
Absolutely.
proud of you. Thank you. And it's an honor that I got the first collegiate coach on my podcast.
No, not the first collegiate coach, the first head coach collegiate level, because there were some before me. Yeah.
The first female head collegiate coach on my podcast.
I want you to continue doing what you're doing.
Like I'm big time.
Yeah, girl, stop. Girl, stop. I'm telling you, I never even.
You never thought about it.
I don't even really think about it. Like I just go into what I do. Like I coach football.
That's trailblazing. You're the trailblazer.
It only really dawns on me about being one of the few in this when people say the stupid shit that they say to me. Like that's when it dawns on me. Like it's not a lot of you.
It's not.
Other than that, I don't even think about it. I just
indeed
just do what I do. Like I never think about it until somebody says something like that.
And when you say it out loud, say it again. How many D2 schools are there?
165.
165. How many people do they have staffed on a football team? Average.
At least 10 usually per team. At least 10.
Okay, so we're talking about.
Let's research that, because I'm not sure if there are other females on the staff. I just know there aren't any other coordinators.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's still huge. But you're talking about out of 1,650 coaches, you're the only female.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one in all of D2. I just know I'm the only one that's a coordinator.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's a coordinator, right?
Yeah.
But I am going to research. Well, we'll research.
Okay.
I'm gonna create the group. Coach Pat, I'm gonna create the group.
Yeah, you know what? Let the three of us do the admin. Yeah, put us the three of us as admin and get it moving.
And then we'll just start. Yeah, all three of us will be admins on it, and then we'll just start growing it from there, right? And then oh yeah, I'll make it happen. It's not gonna happen tonight because I got to be up at 4:00 in the morning, but I will make it happen. It will happen by this weekend, right? And so so I'll definitely get that started, and then we'll just start adding them, and then we'll find out eventually, you know. And then I'll get on either NCAA.com or I'll just start researching it, just the female coaches, because I got contacted on Instagram by Coach Sam Rappaport. She's the one that's over the NFL recruiting, like the diversity or whatever. Right. And one of her interns hit me up and was like, "Hey, just wanted to reach out, Coach Sam Rappaport from her office, and she wanted me to contact all female coaches." So she has a list.
Well, I don't know if I'm on her list, but tell her she should put me on there.
Right, exactly, right. You know, but she found me on Instagram, right? But I only heard from her there just that one time, right? And so, but we gonna have to create our own list, you know, or if we have to create our own association or whatever like that, then we could do that. Are you a part of the Minority Coaches Association? Minority Football?
I believe I am. I'm in a lot of stuff. I just be jumping in this stuff.
Yeah, Coach Pap, are you in that one? Because they're getting ready to have their annual convention in Vegas in a couple of weeks. I'm not going though. She said we should also start doing camps for women. Yes, we definitely need to do a camp, something like a glacier camp. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm getting ready to do. I'm connected with a girl here, and we want to do a women's clinic because I'm in Lexington, and my son goes to the University of Kentucky, and we want to do a women's clinic here at the university. They used to do a women's clinic, and they stopped doing it. But
I did
but we're trying to get them to do a women's clinic again.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was there last summer on a recruiting trip. Me, head coach, recruiting coordinator at University of Kentucky. Love the campus. Love the campus.
Okay, well, when you come through here again, don't come through without hollering at me then.
I got you.
You come through again. But yeah, so she said yes, well, exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. Hey, we about to make it happen, Coach Pat, right? So I'm gonna create the group. The three of us are gonna start it.
Okay.
And be admins on it. And then we'll start collecting the information and start coming together and then start doing like I said, doing our own women's clinics. And maybe we can even incorporate, officials. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm with all that. Like I said, anything to support and promote women in sports, whether it's players, as coaches, as officials, as owners, all of that. I am with any way to support or promote women in sports.
So I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish this because now I got other stuff to talk about. I'm gonna give you the name of this one chick out of Chicago. And that's what she does. Like, she's a proponent of people, celebrating or participating and everything women's sports. So I'm gonna reach out to her too, because I think she's one of the next people I need to have on here too, just on how we can just get our fan base up. I know for the women's tackle football, we definitely need to get our fan base up.
Absolutely.
Get that up. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for being on again.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It is absolute honor because
you do that, girl.
Trailblazer, and I just love your humbleness about it, because I would be walking around here like I am the you put me in to tell me nothing. Matter of fact, I'm like that now. I'm in Lexington. I'm the first female coach here. You can't tell me nothing when I'm walking around. I ain't even gonna lie. You can't tell me nothing when I'm walking around Lexington, because everybody knows who I am. You can't tell me nothing. And my son is balling at the University of Kentucky too. You can't tell me. And I'm married to the legend, Coach Bryant. Oh, what? Yeah, you can't tell
me. Tell you nothing.
Yeah, nothing. So I can imagine being the first at your level and doing what you do. You wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. So,
no, man, I don't even think about it, man. I swear I don't.
Yeah, you don't even think about it. So listen, for those of y'all that were coming on, all the Coach E's people came on. Thank y'all for coming on and supporting her on my podcast.
They keep sending me. People keep sending me inboxes and stuff, and they keep flying.
Go to youtube.com and Hits and Heels. We're on Facebook. If you go to facebook.com, you can, it's also Hits and Heels on Facebook. I actually just tagged Coach E on it. So if you go to the Hits and Heels,
you got some shirts or something made? I can buy something.
I thought about it. I'm like, okay, am I getting ready? I'm about ready to go and do some things like that and take it to I'm taking it to the next level. I got some people that are lined up that people are going to be surprised at. My guest next week. Oh my God. You're gonna love my guest next week. Wait until I'll hear about my guest.
Girl, listen. I'm already trying to hype. I'm trying to hype you up. I think you need to have a destination podcast, whether we meet in Vegas or something. Have an actual sit down face to face podcast.
I definitely am going to do
people. Hey man, let's go.
Championship weekend. I definitely want to do that for the WFA championship weekend. I think we're me and my co-host, I think we're talking about maybe setting up something there. But we'll definitely come up with something, right? Okay. So because is y'all's championship the same as ours? Same weekend?
I don't know. Text me and tell me what date yours is, and I'll check ours and I'll let you know.
The 20th of July that weekend. The same? Are they running the same?
I don't know. I gotta look. So listen.
We'll see.
I have to look at my schedule because there's so much stuff in there. I have to go back and be like, let me look at the date. Let me look at the date.
We'll see. I know one of the things that I thought about, and I don't know why I don't do it, because is maybe go to the women's Final Four championship. Yeah. I mean the SEC championship, because it's in Greensboro. Because that's gonna be cold blooded. Oh, you're not getting ready to tell. Because Ole Miss looks good. Tennessee is still in. I mean, they are. That's going to be a good tournament. The women's.
Yeah, that's not far from me. So.
Huh? And that's
not far from me. Yeah, right up the street.
It's in Greensboro, so I was thinking about maybe doing that and maybe doing like you said, like a destination like podcast. And do something like that in the future.
I'm gonna need us to be somewhere we can have some fun too. Now I'm gonna need us to be so.
Yeah, maybe we can do a Gatlinburg trip, or
Vegas or Miami or something.
Or Miami or something like that. Yeah. Okay, we'll come up with
Miami.
We'll come up. Well, when we get the group together, we'll come up with something in the group.
All right, bet.
All right, everybody. Don't log
have
off.
A good evening.
Don't log off, Coach. I'm gonna just get in the stream. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all everybody for coming on. Make sure y'all go and subscribe for us, Hits and Heels. Come back next week, next Wednesday. If you know of anybody that were maybe interested in being a guest, make sure they hit me up at hello@hitsandheels.com. But you can always find me on Coach Terry Bryant on Instagram. You can also find me Terry Mims Bryant on Facebook. I'm on everything. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on X. I'm on Threads. I'm on everything. I'm not hard to. As Coach Prime say, I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to find. All right. Thank y'all, and y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all next week. Don't log off, Coach.
All right.